strange feeling of constantly waiting, waiting to be loved properly, waiting to heal, waiting to feel prettier, waiting to be successful, waiting to actually start living life. And somewhere between all that waiting and all those expectations, life moves on. Life does not stop while you wait. You are waiting, but in reality, your life is going on. Your life is moving on. The universe never waits for anyone. It's a constant struggle to think about it, that you are waiting patiently. But is your wait actually patience, or is your wait fear? Are you fearful to start again? Are you fearful of judgment? Are you fearful that your life will never get better? So you are comfortable in where you are, but not exactly comfortable, but you are so scared of starting again. But lately I have been asking this question that maybe instead of waiting for life to be perfect, maybe my life is already perfect. Maybe it's not polished the way social media or way movie shows what healing is, but maybe I am in a better place than what I was before. Maybe I'm no longer the person who used to cry myself to sleep. Or maybe I'm still am, but maybe today I did not cry. And maybe that's what surviving is. And maybe that's what healing is. Maybe healing is not like one fine day everything is alright and it's alright for the next 10 years. Maybe healing is you are no longer the same person you were 2 years ago or 3 years ago. Now you're going to go to the main points. So the first point is romanticizing the future while you neglect your present. I'm talking about everything that you say to yourself. I'm going to feel better when I move out. I'm going to feel better when I have this much of amount of money in my bank account. I'm going to feel better when he or she starts treating me better. I'm going to feel better when my life starts appearing a certain way than what it actually is. And we give ourselves all these reasons to delay our happiness. We give ourselves all these reasons why we are unhappy, and we validate those reasons, right? And though it might be a valid reason why you're unhappy in the present moment, you just can't wait for your future and do nothing in your present, right? So I'm going to read this out to you. Our whole life turns into preparation instead of living. And slowly our entire existence becomes waiting for a version of life that hasn't happened yet. We begin treating the present like it's a temporary hallway, as if it's a reception room where we have to wait, instead of it being an actual part of our life. We stop noticing small moments. We don't celebrate small growth and small achievements because we actually believe our real version of us exists somewhere ahead of time. But the scary part is the future keeps on changing. Don't you not agree? There is always going to be a new milestone you have to achieve. There is always going to be some new insecurities that you're going to come across. There is always going to be a reason to delay your happiness if you think it that way. And one day you realize you have spent years being emotionally absent from your own life. And why is that so? Because you were too busy preparing for it. And while preparation is not bad, enjoying the preparation also matters. If you believe that you're going to be happy if you will achieve this and that, there is no joy in preparing for it. So love what you do and do what you love. Okay? And maybe healing isn't learning how to perfectly control the future. Maybe it's learning how to exist in the present without constantly feeling that you are behind. The second point, fear disguised as waiting. Sometimes waiting is responsible, more mature, and more logical. But sometimes, if I'm being honest with you, waiting is actually you being fearful. Fearful that your future will not work out, fearful that your dreams is just going to be dreams. So you're so scared of even trying. Fearful that you are of a certain age and it's too late for you. Fearful that people are going to judge you. Fearful that you're not going to become successful. So you keep on postponing because you are afraid. You're afraid of failure. But my dear, it's better to try than to not try and regret. Fear can become extremely convincing when it's disguised as patience. You tell yourself, I'll start this dream project later on. I will post when everything is perfect. I will try when I feel more confident. I will leave when the timing is right. I will do this and I will do that when the timing is right. And even if the timing is not perfect, don't stay in relationship and places just because you gave a lot of time and effort in it. You know, there is this saying that goes on like, if you have sat on a wrong train, then it's better that you get down at the next station than to just sit on the train because you brought the ticket and then just delay and delay and delay. And it's not about trains. Yeah? Okay. Sometimes familiar pain sounds safer than the unknown. Even if your current life hurts you, at least you know it. At least the people you hang out with, they are at least predictable. Growth requires entering spaces where you no longer recognize yourself yet. That's terrifying, but staying stuck slowly becomes terrifying too. The third point is realizing nobody is coming to save you. And this reality will hurt you before it heals you. And there will be people who will love you, who will support you, who will encourage you, who will be there for you. But nobody can walk your path. Nobody can live your dreams and nobody can heal for you. You work for your life, you have to do that for yourself. Okay? God helps who helps himself. God will show you the path. God will give you the love. God will give you the courage. God will give you the encouragement. God will give you the support. God will never leave you nor forsake you, nor will the people who really values you and loves you. But the work, you have to do it. You have to do the work. So don't betray yourself ever by not reaching your full potential or not reaching your life that you dreamed of. And for a while, that realization that no one is coming to save you can feel lonely. You stop waiting for someone to magically fix your sadness. You stop expecting life to suddenly become easier without change. You stop waiting for permission to become the person you want to be. Because maybe the version of your life you dream about is hidden behind uncomfortable decisions. Starting to work on your dreams, leaving environments that shrink you, starting to believe in yourself without proof, trying again after disappointments and failure. Sometimes saving yourself looks very ordinary. It looks like waking up again, trying again, working quietly, protecting your peace, choosing discipline over self-destruction. And maybe that's still bravery. The fourth point is starting imperfectly. I'm going to make a video when I have expensive equipment. I'm going to start my business when I have enough money to. But start with what you have instead of complaining about what you don't have. I think we compare growth, and social media has convinced people that beginnings are supposed to look very polished and very like-worthy. But real beginnings are actually messy, uncertain, and quiet. You don't always begin with expensive equipment, confidence, or support even, or a perfect plan. Sometimes you begin with anxiety, exhaustion, and yet with hope in your heart fighting against each other in your chest. And you still begin. Maybe your first video won't be perfect. Maybe your business won't look luxurious immediately. Maybe your healing won't be linear always. Maybe you will doubt yourself constantly. But imperfect movement still changes your life more than perfect procrastination. People often wait to become her before starting, but maybe becoming her happens when you started. Every version of yourself you admire is built through repeated small decisions. Nobody claps for in the beginning. The fifth point, choosing yourself for the first time. For a long time, some people spend their lives abandoning themselves to keep other people comfortable. You ignore your dreams, your exhaustions, your boundaries, your needs, your worth, and eventually become so disconnected from yourself that you don't know even who you are anymore. Because your entire life revolves around surviving, pleasing, and waiting to be chosen. But there is something beautiful that happens internally when you choose yourself. And that is not selfish and not in an arrogant way, but in a healing way. It's deciding my dreams matters too. I deserve peace too. I deserve softness too. I deserve a future that is beautiful too. Choosing yourself sometimes looks very small. Resting without guilt, saying no, starting over, protecting your emotions, protecting your energy, investing in your future, believing your life deserves care. And maybe that's where life quietly begins. Not when everything becomes perfect, but when you finally stop treating yourself like someone unworthy of a beautiful life. I don't think life suddenly begins to feel better magically one day. I think it begins in tiny moments when you choose yourself and when you stop waiting for the perfect moment but making every moment perfect. And though it not might be possible that every moment will be perfect, but you can live in every moment, you can enjoy every moment. Even if you are crying, you wipe your own tears. You're like, okay, I have expressed my emotions, I have sat with my emotions, and now it's time to do something about my emotions instead of always shrinking what I feel, instead of always shrinking my emotions, instead of always thinking that it does not matter, because in fact your emotions matters. And if you don't validate it, and if you don't sit with it, and if you don't heal yourself, who else will? Yeah, so life starts getting better in the tiny moments when you decide to try again, when you stop shrinking yourself to make other people feel comfortable, right? When you finally believe your dreams deserves to become a reality. Maybe I have spent too much time waiting to become someone else before allowing myself to live. But maybe this version of me deserves a life too. Maybe this version of me, the me that tries, the me that is not perfect, the me that is still fighting for my dreams, waking up every day, maybe this version of me deserves to be treated well